What's up, allies? It's Wave 3. Stinky Stickers are back. We're taking a look at them. Alright, so here we are. We've got the latest wave of Stinky Stickers. There's quite a few of them here. I believe it's 13 in this particular wave. We've got several of them that are holiday related, and of course then we have a bunch more from the line, including quite a few of my favorites from back in the day. This was Raisin Bread was one of my absolute favorites. The hot dog, which is one of my absolute favorites. So we're going to take a look at these and see how well they turned out. Alright, so here we are. We're taking a look. First and foremost, with this particular wave, we are back to these, which are, they're sending along this collector sheet. Now, they also did this with the first wave. You got two sheets because they had divided it up into either two sets where you get it as one big set, or you could get it individually, much like you can with this third wave. With the second wave, this sheet was available for download online, but they didn't send it along. They're back to including it. As you can see, I've already put it in a little plastic holder for safekeeping and so forth. I'm really glad they're including it now. Thanks a lot, Trend, for doing that. We don't have to print it out. Good to see it. I don't own a printer, so it's a pain when I've got to go do something like that. The big change here is that we have changed out the skunk for the pickle, who is sort of the highlighted member of Stinkyville as part of this wave. Is him. They're kind of using him on a lot of the sales propaganda. If you are on their website or if you have them on social media, by them I mean Trend Enterprises, you've probably already seen that. Of course, the wave is divided up into two main things. First of all, you have the actual collector's book. In the past, we've had, the first time around, there was sort of a medium-sized book that was about, I'd say about half the size of this one, in the sense that it was the same width, but you know, the height, it was only half of this or whatever. There were two different ones. In the second wave, there were two books, but they were much smaller. They were just tiny ones, and they were themed for holidays, Halloween and Christmas, respectively. This time around, we have a full 8.5 by 11 collector's book, and it is Let's Go Camping with some of the characters of Stinkyville. And there is another character involved in this, which is a little bear who seems very interested in what's going on the camping trip. And if you open it up, you can basically see that you get the characters coming to a campsite and putting up the tent. And of course, you've got all this space to put stickers. And I realize this is hard to see in this. Let me see if I can bring this up to the camera a little bit better. And as you can see, in the background there, we've got the bear. And he is at first watching, and slowly but surely, as things go on in the camping experience, the bear gets closer and closer. Here, he's over here peeking out from behind a tree. And then as they are toasting marshmallows, he's sort of hiding behind the tent, catching the scent of the marshmallow wafting up to him as we have a little music going on here. I did not know Onion played the guitar. We are learning that now. Over here we have the pickle telling a scary story, and I love this page. And you can see the worry on the face of the others. Even the bear is hiding his eyes. The moon is very concerned. And here they're looking at the stars. I'm trying to keep this in shot. This is a large book. I apologize. And here they're packing up and leaving the next day, and the bear is waving goodbye to them. So a very friendly thing. And there it is. I think it's a really nice little book. It's really adorable. Kids will love it. I have it for collector's purposes, of course, but good job, Trend. It's really, really cool. It's nice to see, you know, these characters originally back in the 80s, they didn't really have any story or backstory or character development or anything like that. And this time around, they're starting to do that, which I think is really, really neat. So good on you, Trend. And, of course, that is the side part of this. The main attraction is, of course, the stickers themselves. And what we have this time is a whole lot of stickers. And as you can see, I've already taken them out of the package, and I've put them in protective sleeves. For those people that are wondering, and I get this question a lot, what sleeves do I use? These are basically protector sleeves that you can get I think they originally were probably designed for collector's cards of different sizes, but in this case I've managed to use them to put the stickers in, and as you can see there's 8 of them, and here we have just an idea here. As you can see, we've got 4 holiday ones to join the ones that came out previously. We've got Bone, which of course has a skeleton on it. We have Evergreen with the wreath. We have a Turkey, which is a spice scent for Thanksgiving, and of course we have the Snowman, which is a vanilla scent. We also have some of the OGs here. You've got Wood, you've got the Cherry, which is a clown, and over here, this is actually one that I want to bring up for sure. This is Cocoa. This originally, if you collected them back then, there were multiple scents that actually came out at one wave, where it was 6 of one sticker and 6 of the other. So in the original line, you could only get 6 of Cocoa at a time, and it was paired up with an Autumn Leaves. And in this case, of course, this time around, as they've done this collector series, they are coming out as full sheets of 12 now. We've mentioned that before, but that's one of the 6. And of course, this particular sticker is pretty hard to get. In fact, all of the ones that were 6 by 6 to a sheet are pretty hard of the original lines. And speaking of stickers that were hard to get, this particular sticker in the original line came out later in the line, and some of those are extremely difficult to get. So for collectors, for some of us, this will be the only way we ever see a full sheet of these things, is to get the new ones for sure. And of course, you're getting 2 of those in every pack. You get 2 full sheets, so something to keep an eye out for. We do have several more here that we're going to mention. This is one of my favorite scents from a child. This is Raisin Bread. Really like this one. Speaking of the 6 by 6 ones, this one is the companion of Spaghetti in the original line, which is Hot Dog. And there it is, a full set of 12. Another thing of note, this is Pigskin, of course, the football. In the original run, there was a series of stickers that were actually die cut into sort of unusual shapes or whatever. As you can see, they are not continuing that with this line. They are perfectly round, which I will expect will carry through for the rest of them as well. There are 2 more scents. We've got Soap and we've got Pickle. So here's the thing with the stickers. Most of the stickers, and basically this entire pile that I've got sitting here, these are exactly what you're going to expect. They smell fantastic. They're very reminiscent of the original stickers. They're either dead on or they are so close that it's really hard to tell. And you're probably saying, well, you know, the original stickers were made by the same company, so why wouldn't they be the same? Well, the reason they may not be the same is because you're talking about almost 50 years that have come, 40, 50 years that have gone between the time that these original ones came out. And so for a lot of companies that made scratch and sniff stickers, the process is known as microencapsulation. And most of the companies do not handle that in-house. They have somebody that, you know, handles the actual scenting of the paper, which then, of course, you know, they can handle usually they handle the printing in-house. And that's how it's done. So they've got to try and make sure that the esters that they use for these are, you know, as close to the original as they can get. They don't have them sitting around from when they did it the first time, right? So in this case, you can get a sense for what they're up against. In most cases, like I said, they get it pretty close, if not dead on. But there are a few that I want to highlight. These 2 in particular, the fruit pie and the hot dog, I actually think they improved upon. If you smell the hot dog, you can almost swear you're actually detecting not only the dog, but the mustard on that one. And much like that one, this one has become a lot more nuanced. In the original sticker, really what you got was just the berry. In this case, you're getting the berry, the crust. It is really, they really did a bang-up job of improving on what was already a great scratch and sniff sticker. Now we get to these 2. Let's start with the soap. So in the original run, the soap was a very, very generic soap scent, and that made a lot of sense at the time. This does not smell anything like that. It doesn't smell anything like the original whatsoever. This is a very, 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 very different smell. I do not know why they went in such a different direction. I have my suspicions. My suspicion is that, an old soap like that really isn't sold today. And so children would probably not recognize that as a soap scent. What this smells like now is more of a modern day, heavily scented soap or body wash. And in that regard, it really hits the mark for sure. There's no question that it's a soap or cleaning product like that. I mean, you can absolutely tell that that's what it is. It just doesn't smell like the original. So if you are a collector and you are thinking, oh, original, this one is probably not going to hit the mark for you. Like I said, it is definitely a soap, and you can tell it's a soap. It's just not the original scent. Now, whether or not that matters to people, I don't know. Obviously, the old ones are still out there that you can get if you really want that scent. There are ways to get it. And that leaves me with the pickle. If there is one in this line that is, I don't want to say a disappointment, but that might miss the mark a little bit, it's this one. There's no question it's dill pickle. When you smell it, you can tell. But the original version of these stickers was such a strong dill scent. It was really, really strong. This one, there is something that's just... I'm not sure. There's almost like a sweet scent to it as well, almost like it's a cross between a sweet and a dill pickle. There's something going on there that I'm not really certain of. It's definitely not close to the original. However, I think it's important to point out in this case that you can tell that it's a pickle, and there's no question. So in that case, they hit the mark. It's just, I don't know. It's just a bit off. Here's the thing, though. This particular sticker was to come out with a second wave, and it was delayed. My suspicions are it was delayed because they had trouble trying to get the scent right. And eventually you get to a point where you're like, okay, you know what? We've already said it's coming out with a third wave. We've got this character as the one that is, selling the product at this point in this third wave, so we need to make good on our promise and make sure this is out. And I think they just met a deadline and got it as close as they could. Now, again... when you're trying to compare it with something that was made 40 plus years ago, I can't dock them or ding them for this. They got it pretty damn. They got it close. We're in the ballpark. It's just it's not 100% perfect. But do I think that should mean you don't buy it? Absolutely not. Especially when you consider you've got a whole stack of these here, and this is one of 3 waves that have come out now, and by and large, they've been absolutely fantastic. So one that just, it's okay. It's the weakest one in this wave, is basically what I'm getting at. But I don't think that should shy you away from them at all. All right, so final thoughts. This is the third wave of stickers that we've received from Trend at this point. I, of course, have added the plastic sleeves here to protect them. And so far, they've done just a fantastic job. They've really been collector-focused. They really have put out a lot of product in the last year, from the stickers to the collector albums to even the free giveaways that they're doing, such as those check sheets that you can put a sticker on that I showed you. Or there's actually a lot of other downloadable coloring materials and things like that you can get that feature the characters from Stinkyville on them. And I encourage you to go to the website and do that. It is free, so you might as well. And, they're putting a lot of stuff out there on social media that's related to this. So I think they're doing a really, really fantastic job, all things considered. Some of the really good points about this. I love the fact that what were originally stickers that were 6 to a sheet, they have done the 12, making it a lot easier for collectors to get some of the stickers that they really, really loved. And they've done a great job with matching up the scents to the old ones. In some cases, like these two, even improving upon them. So, there is the other thought. Some of them they've changed completely, like the soap. Does that diminish the value? Or in the case of the dill pickle, where it's there, but it's just a little bit off. Do I think that takes away from it? I think if you were getting it just to get the dill pickle, you might be a little disappointed because, like I said, it's just not there the way the original one was. But that's not how most people are buying this. Most people are buying it because they're buying all the stickers, they're buying the albums, they've bought the previous 2 waves, and they're going to get this one. And so, does it take away from that when you're counting it as a set? Absolutely not. I think that it is what it is. You know, they're trying to match up things from 40 plus years ago. And overall, they've done just a fantastic job. And oftentimes, they've exceeded the original product and met expectations. So, in this case of this particular wave, it's a strong recommend for me, even though the pickle doesn't quite miss the mark. So, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and until next time.